I'm Lori Thornton. I predominantly train and rescue pit bull and American Staffordshire type dogs. I personally own 4 dogs that are either purebred or mixed Staffordshire. Kiwi here is probably more of a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She's a smaller dog. She's about a year old. So a common misconception or mistake that people make is using the term American Staffordshire Terrier and Pit Bull in like as synonyms, and they're not the exact same term. Pit Bull is an umbrella term that a lot of these dogs have the muscles and the big boxy heads. They put them all in the same, and you're looking at dogs from small Staffordshire Terrier types like Kiwi here, all the way up to these big, like 130-something pound Cane Corso Mastiff type dogs that are meant to be these guard dogs, basically. And they're bred for very different things. The behaviors that you're going to see, the body types you're going to see, those things are very different. But all of those dogs, when they are put into a shelter or rescue environment, they get labeled by whoever's working that day, who may or may not have a extensive knowledge of that. Another misconception I hear often, and especially when they use the word pit bull, but when we're talking about staffies or any of these types of dogs, they'll say that they have a jaw that locks, which is not true. There are no canines that have a locking jaw. These dogs are very strong. Their entire body is very strong, which does include their jaw. So yes, when they bite down on something and they want to hold on to it, they can hold on to it very tightly. The issue is when you do have one that bites, the damage is because they are a very strong dog. Whether they were attacking you, or there was a dog fight somebody got into, or whatever happened, the damage that can be done can be pretty extensive. So because of the severity of the bites, they're the ones that tend to make it into the news. But they don't actually bite that often. When shelters have done temperament tests on the dogs in the shelters, the pit bull type dogs and the ones that are labeled American Staffordshires most frequently actually score phenomenally. Over 80% of the dogs score with very high rates of being, friendly, having great temperaments, and being dogs able to adopt out. They actually score higher than golden retrievers and Labradors when it comes to their adoptability and their temperament test scores. I would definitely tell them that there's no reason to be more nervous around this dog than there would be to be around any other dog of any other breed. Now, Kiwi, for example, here, as I was saying, she's young. She's jumpy. She's in your face. It's part of her personality. I have 2 others at home who would be right here snoring. I wouldn't even be able to get them up on the bench. And so petting them is a whole different ballgame because they're just, big. They're what people like to refer to as what do they call them? House hippos or house hippos. I would definitely tell them there's not a reason to be any more nervous around these dogs than you would around any other type of dog. Your Staffordshires, though, both the American Staffordshire and the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, they tend to be very adaptable dogs. And so if you raise them from the time they're little with kids, and you treat your kids to respect the dogs, they can absolutely do wonderful as family pets. But if you don't socialize them, if you don't make that part of their life, if their life is just being around, say, 2 adults, and then all of a sudden you throw kids in the mix and you start trying to take them to soccer games, they don't know what's going on, and it takes a lot of training. But they can be absolutely phenomenal family dogs because they're so versatile and they are so trainable.